And welcome back to the channel, guys. So today is gonna be a rematch with Robert. I played one practice set with him last week. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go check out my last video. uh, oh yeah, that was a close call. I actually ended up calling it in. You know, when you hit such a beautiful slice passing shot, I just have to give it to you. Um, Speaking of slice backhand, Robert has one of the best slice backhands that I've ever played against, and I think there is a bit of a misunderstanding in the recreational tennis community. See, I often hear people talk about taking advantage of slice backhand as if it was some sort of a weaker shot. I mean, see that backhand, for example. This is an aggressive slice backhand down the line that stays very low, and simply that I just didn't expect. Just because most recreational players, first of all, don't have an aggressive slice backhands in their arsenal. But also Robert is really good at redirecting the ball and just keeping it low all the time. I mean, down the line, just like that, in cross courts. He really constructs the points very well with his backhand. And on the forehand side, he rolls it pretty nicely, just like that. So, you know, I constantly get a different ball, you know, low slice and the topspin forehand. And that variety is also something that just makes him very hard to play against. He reminds me a lot of one of my favorite tennis players, Fabrice Santoro, a French tennis player who had a really long career, I think 20 years. Yeah, he played the French Open 20 times, so he played for at least 20 years on tour. And his opponents called him the Magician. And I think that's because he had such a beautiful sense of clarity on the tennis courts. He didn't have much firepower, but he used the geometry of the court very well, and all kinds of angles and topspin, backspin, coming to the net as soon as he identifies a shorter ball or a defensive shot. He was also using a lot of moon balls, a lot of serving volleys, drop shots. I mean, you name it. The variety that he offered made it very hard for his opponents to play against, to get a rhythm. And I think what glued everything together was his sense of anticipation and amazing footwork. I mean, the guy can move, the guy can play. He played, I believe, the longest match at the French Open for maybe 7 or 8 hours. And Robert really reminds me of him. I'm not gonna say that he plays at the same level as Fabrice Santoro, but first of all, Robert played Division 1 tennis when he was in college. And secondly, he is one of the best 50 and over tennis players in singles. I believe he has an ITF ranking, but I have to confirm with him on that. What I can say is that it always looks a lot easier when we watch tennis on the screen. It's very different when we're on the court. I mean, look at that. Look at that backhand. Let's see it again. Let's see it again. I mean, the effectiveness of his shots are very real. They are very hard to attack, and Robert moves very well. So there is no other ways other than just grinding out the points and, you know, move your opponents around and wait for the short ball to come in. I definitely want to be more aggressive, and I'm definitely working towards that. I mean, I can hit much bigger serves and forehands, but you know, it's just a process. You know, it takes time to put that into place. You know, I grew up playing like a grinder. Really, I played a lot on clay, and you know, a lot of my game, because I was pretty athletic, is really to force the error. And at the end of the day, most of your wins will come from, you know, playing your own game at a high level. I mean, execution is just more important than strategy. It doesn't matter how good your strategy is. If you can't execute, you're not gonna win. And now, if you play your game against an opponent, that may not be the most optimal way of playing against that particular opponent on that given day. But you know, if you're playing a match, the goal really is to win. We're not there to save energy. We're not there to win in the fastest possible way. We're just there to execute on our games and make some adjustments based on your opponents. But it's just adjustments. We're not changing our games completely. I do have a hard time sometimes doing that. I'm just really good at keeping the ball in, and when I play against an opponent like Robert, really, it's just gonna be a grind. This is how I like to play, and it's also how he likes to play. You know, we're just constructing the points, breaking your opponents down, grinding, and Robert definitely takes more advantages of short balls. He's really good at the net, and he's really working me well around the court right now. Next time we play, I'm gonna try to go a little bit bigger on the serve and bigger on his forehand too. That's something that I feel comfortable doing, and I believe that it could yield some immediate results. But as far as this set is concerned, it's just gonna be a big grind. Just a lot of points, a lot of long points, and that's just fun tennis, I guess, at least for me and him. Oh, sorry for that one. What I was editing, I saw that that ball was actually in. Sorry, Robert. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know always what you think about this match, and I always welcome recommendations, tips, whatever you want to tell me about my game, his game, or if you just want to talk about anything really related to tennis. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Just the very best way to support the channel. You guys have been pretty awesome on the last video. And you know what? If this video gets 100 likes, we'll try to get an exclusive interview with Roberts and just ask him about his game, his thinking process, of how he plays me, and how I could play better against him, and how he stays in such great shape at his age. Just to know his perspective, since he has a different game than most. So thank you so much for watching and supporting, and I will see you on the next one.
Sorry, thank you.